How y'all doing? It's Wednesday, people. It is hump day. Keeping right on schedule here. Happy 4th of July. I hope you're enjoying your holidays in whatever way you wish to. Beer in the butt ought to be flowing pretty good by now. Everybody ought to be well tanked up by the time I get this video out. So, before I get started, I want to point out a few things. One, my shirt. Look at this. I care and I vote. Yes, I do, baby. I care and I vote. And I encourage others to do the same. This was sent to me by Donna Bonacosi from Medford, Massachusetts. I always say Donna is from Boston. I got to remember she's from Medford and not Boston, but she's close to Boston, and she sends us some pretty pictures. Evidently, she thinks I have a stone-cold heart, baby. That's what she sent me. It's a heart made out of stone, and it is real pretty and smooth, and we're going to keep that handy all the time. Thank you, Donna. She also sent some a wild soap sampler, because she said in here that I stink so much from sweating in here that I needed a shower. No, she didn't write that. She sent some beautiful smelling soap, and I'm gonna use some of that too, I guarantee you. And look at there, she also sent me 3 big old rolled up spliffs. I think that's what it is. It looks like it. Maybe I'll fire one of them buggers up later on. Get my lighter out and see if I can. No, that's some smudge, baby. That's some incense. And this is for protection, growth, and purification, baby, and we need that. And she sent a nice little card along with it. And we really appreciate the things that we get from our Blue Dot family. I also want to thank Gary Sheffert from Peoria, Illinois. And he wrote me a nice little letter, made a nice little donation there. And he said we agree on everything except maybe the gun issue. And Gary, I don't think we're too far apart on that issue. But we all have our issues that we stand by, and we're glad to have Gary in our family. And another one from Mary Gootrider, who also sent a donation, and I'm going to have my son fix you up with the request that you asked for, and so we can get you going on there. But anyway, I appreciate my Blue Dot family and those that send us gifts and T-shirts and soap and stone cold hearts, baby. We appreciate every one of them we get, and we're so lucky to have y'all. Anyway, it's the 4th of July, people. Before I get into my shit here, I hope y'all got to see Joe Riddle, for one thing. He turned on his camera this morning, and he read his declaration. He wrote a very fine declaration. You can run over to John Brittiveau Speaks, Blue Dot Family page on Facebook there and take a read over there. Or you can just click on Joe's video and listen to Joe read it live. And it was an outstanding written document. I was blown away by his ability, how he used those words like they did back in 1776. You did an outstanding job, Joe, and I appreciate you out there, buddy. Anyway, we've been up all morning. I've been taking it easy all morning. We've been listening to Scott Jeffers, the Traveler. That Dennis Gent sent us a lot of music, and we've spent all morning relaxing and trying to do that. I put out a post on my Facebook. It was a picture of my flag. And I wrote a little thing about what I felt about that. I got a lot of good reviews, baby. Over 1.5 thousand people liked that thing. And the comments were off the charts. But not all the comments were good comments. A lot of people have problems with that flag right now. And I'm sure they have all through history. And I cannot comment on somebody else's opinion of what they feel is a patriotic symbol, or how they feel in their heart about any issue. I can only speak to what I feel. I cherish my flag deeply, and I fly it all the time. I get really upset, this is where it came from, when I see the right, the Conservative Party, the Republicans over there, grab that flag like Donnie does. Donnie will go over there and hump that flag, man. He'll prove to you he loves that flag. He'll hug it, baby. But he won't do much more than that. You know, he'll probably pay off a lawyer for when the flag sues him for groping. But Not everybody has those same feelings, but it means a lot to me. And so I put it out there. And to those of you who disagree with me, well, I hope you find peace wherever it is in your head and in the life that you've lived. I look at that flag, and it reminds me of the ideals. Now, have we always had trouble? You betcha. Our founding documents were written for all men to be created equal in the eyes of our nation. But at the time it was written, they weren't. We had slaves back then. It didn't quite coincide with the message. And all through our history, it has been like that. I've said before, this whole story of ours is a continuous fight to find the rights for every American as guaranteed under our Constitution for all people. And there's no caveats in there that you got to be a Christian or you got to be no transgenders, no gays, stuff like that. You know, we can't have that in there. Barely got women to vote and stuff. Are you shitting me? And we're on the precipice of maybe even returning to some of that shit with the Supreme Court pick that Donnie's going to try to make. Anyway, what else is going on in the news? In the news has been Ohio Congressman Jim Jordan up there recently. This has just popped in the news. I hate this guy anyway. He is the Freedom Caucus guy up there in Ohio. He is the one over there ranting and raving to Rosenstein and Ray the other day in the meeting about the putting a subpoena out for a phone call. Like, you can't do that, idiot. But he was asking Rosenstein, who am I supposed to believe? The man that runs our Department of Justice who is sitting in front of me under oath? Or some guy that just whispered in my ear from Fox News or some bullshit. That's that guy. Well, now he's got his ass in a sling because evidently when he was assistant wrestling coach in Ohio, he may have been knowledgeable of some sexual abuse going on, and he did nothing about it. And in today's age, they got people speaking up that knew that he knew, and he's up there claiming today that he knew nothing, baby. He don't know nothing, never will know anything. And we're just going to have to let that investigation, but there's already been one guy on TV came out and said, yeah. Jim Jordan knew. Jim Jordan knew. He was right there in the middle of it. So, you know, I want to see him resign because he's lying through his ass again. But, you know, he gets away with a lot of shit because he, like I said, he's a Freedom Caucus member. If he waves the flag, quotes the Bible and all that shit, and acts angry when he's supposed to, so his constituents can see him doing this shit, and they think, oh, that's the guy we want because he's up there. Yeah, he puts on a real good act, but he's full of shit. And I think that was proven again. I noticed that the Senate Intel Committee came out with a bipartisan committee in the Senate and upheld the investigation into Donnie's crap, into the Russian interference in our election in 2016. That yes, it did happen, and yes, the Russians made a strong attempt to help get Donnie elected. The Russians were all behind Donnie. And now the Senate Intel Committee says, yes, that's all true. Of course, the House over there with Nunes and all them other idiots over there are willing to obstruct the hell out of a justice to keep this dictator in our House. They'll lie, cheat, they'll lie. Oh, there's nothing here. It's a witch hunt. Just like Donnie says it's... Yeah, November's coming, baby. November's coming, and we need to wash those people out, those Republicans and any Democrat that is not willing to stand up to this shit. Wash them out of the party, baby. Let's go. Let's run this blue wave over every one of them damn Republicans. Anyway. Yep. The Russians helped Donnie. That's what this whole thing is about. He's been colluding with them suckers ever since he lost his casinos in New Jersey. Anyway, Scott Pruitt, well, he's in the news again. Another ethics violation, I'm sure. He's a scumbag. He's just a thief in our house. He even went over, I understand, to see Donnie, to tell Donnie, hey, let me be the Department of Justice, the Attorney General. Put me in as Attorney General and kick old Jeff out and let me in there. Are you shitting me? Do you think we want to let your little scuzzball ass out of the... You're already destroying the EPA and ripping off everything you can rip off over there. It was reported he even has a secret calendar so he can keep his schedule secret that he meets with businessmen and industry leaders behind closed doors in that soundproof booth and all that shit. Because he's making deals, baby, and none of them benefit the American people. Every one of them benefit big business in his ass, and I'm sure he makes sure every one of those little deals gets him a little cut, I guarantee you. Whew, it's hot in here. Anyway, he wants to be DOJ, and can you imagine that shit? He would go into DOJ and immediately get rid of Rosenstein, get rid of Mueller, and anybody else that stepped up to take Mueller's place, he'd probably get rid of them and protect Donnie's ass like you wouldn't believe. Because Scott Pruitt doesn't give a shit what you think about him. He's already proven that. I've seen some lady called him out in a restaurant too. Good for her! Good for her! Man. I got cranked up. Last night I was supposed to, I put a post out. I was going to make a call in to the Kenny Pick show. Kenny Pickles, he has a Turn Up Tonight with Kenny Pickles. And I was going to call in at about 7 o'clock last night. But my phone rang. My phone rang. And it was an old friend of mine. And I'll leave names out of this. First name could be like, I don't know, Tony. Something like that. I kid you. It is Tony. Tony's been a friend of mine for a long time. We both retired from the Army Depot at he retired a little bit before me. And we've been friends for a long time. The little stickler here is Tony is a Republican. Die-hard Trump supporter. Got the little motorcycle bike there with the Bikers for Trump on the side of it. And he watches nothing but Fox News. And last night he called me up and he asked me how I was doing and was I prepared for the Civil War. That's what it was. The Civil War was happening today and he wanted to know if I was prepared for it. Well, hell yes, Mama done made the potato salad and I was trying to figure out, do I wear my leotards or my little ballerina outfit or, you know, I was in that serious debate in my head trying to figure out what I was going to wear. And we got a little laugh and then he said something a little more serious and we got into a serious discussion and pretty soon I am yelling pretty much full bore into that phone. I will defend this, my opinion, no matter what, no matter to who. And it bothered me that when I raised the question, had my friend heard the story about Donnie's reversal on ZTE and Chinese jobs, trying to get jobs for China, right after Donnie received a Trump-branded property in Indonesia, got a $500 million contribution from the Chinese, and pretty soon he's out there tweeting, let's get jobs for China. No, he did not know that story. That bothered me. He did not know that story. There were several stories I quoted that Tony did not know. That's Fox News. That is what that shit does. Propaganda mountain over there, bullshit mountain over there, piles of crap that they put out to their minions out there who they know are not going to go check any facts or anything. They're Fox News watchers. All they have to do is wave the flag, quote the Bible, and baby, we're on our way. That's bullshit. If you don't know the issues, if you don't know what's going on, how in the hell can you be an informed voter on anything? I don't give a shit if it's dog catcher. If you don't know what the hell's going on, then your vote is sort of like cast to the wind. Who gives a shit who you vote for? I don't know what the outcome of it is. But we see the outcome now. We know what the outcome of that was. It ended nice. We said pleasantries. And it just saddens me that I know intelligent people out there who have the ability to investigate and find shit out. All they have to do, a lot of them, is just turn the damn channel. That's it. You could learn a whole lot if you just get away from that right-wing bubble over there that just repeats shit with Fox News, Rush Limbaugh, and Alex Jones. Man, I wonder how he's doing in the Civil War today. Boy, he was all cranked up, ready to go. That's something else I told him last night. That Civil War shit. While we all over here on the left are laughing about tiaras and who's going to bring the potato salad, there were serious groups on the right over there, militias and all them little guys, little turkeys out there, got their AR. And they were preparing, they're getting ready, they are serious. And like I said to Tony, any American that sees that shit should call it out for what it is. Because those people will be treated just as criminals when they start their shit. If they ever start that kind of shit, which I pray they don't. Of course, my prayers don't go too hard. We don't know about that. Anyway, we're going to invade in Venezuela. That's right, baby. Old Donnie boy was cooking up. Are you shitting me? 2017, he just became president, baby. He's already asking, can we invade Venezuela? That's Donnie, baby. Chaos. That's what he loves. Probably watch that movie, Chaos movie, I forgot what it was. That's what he wants. He doesn't give a shit if he threw this whole country into war for 1,000 years. If it benefited his ass, he doesn't care. And now we see the North Koreans improving up on their side. So we didn't get shit in North Korea. No. Well, we gave up all our stuff. We gave Kim there a bunch of propaganda that he could use forever. Go away. Way to go there, Donnie boy. Art of the deal. Are you shitting me? You don't know how to make no deal. You just know how to dig feces out of your ass and throw it around the room. Piss everybody off and then watch them fight over who's got the Kleenex to clean it all up. Anyway, Michael Cohen has changed his Twitter thing. It says, on Michael Cohen's thing, it used to say personal attorney for President Donald J. Trump. Yeah, don't say that no more. He took that shit down. He's going to flip his ass off and roll everything on Donnie if he can. And there's got to be some shit right there that you know it. That guy's a crook, and he's always been a crook all his life. Cohen too, but that's all Donnie's ever been, is a crook. And he's weaseled his way through all sorts of shit. So yeah, Michael Cohen's got a lot on him. Anyway, Donnie wants to meet with Vladimir Putin. Got a summit coming up. He wants to meet with him in a private room, just him and Vladdy. So him and Vlad can sit around and laugh their ass off about what they've done to this country. So Donnie can go in there and kiss Putin's ring, tell him thank you for getting me elected, and now what do you want me to do, boss? Because have no mistake about it, Donnie's not going to walk into any meeting with Putin there with any kind of huevos on his ass. Are you shitting me? The man's a wibbling sack of jelly in front of other people. All he can do is throw shit out there. And he's real good at that. Anyway, I don't want to run up all your time on 4th of July here. I want you to know that Nicole Doss, she wants us to light a candle tonight at 9 p.m. Central for the kids separated from their families. So y'all want to feel a little good about that. Light a candle at about 9 p.m. tonight. And think about where our country is as we celebrate our freedom. Our country has resorted to putting kids in cages. And that issue is just killing this nation. It is something that never should have happened. And we're having a little hard time cleaning it up. Are you shitting me? You're giving me, oh, we can deport you now with your kids, or you can deport your ass now without your kids. What do you want to do? Here, sign this. That's a bunch of bullshit. Anyway, it's about all I got, but I did want to read a little something here because I've lost my track of where I was and what I wanted to talk about. But Thomas, one of our Blue Dot family members out in Seattle, Washington, posted on my Discord channel here that I'm going to read this to you. The truth unquestionably is that the only path to subversion of the Republican system of the country is by flattering and prejudices of the people and exciting their jealousies and apprehensions to throw affairs into confusion and to bring on civil commotion. When a man unprincipled in private life, desperate in his fortune, bold in his temper, possessed of considerable talents, despotic in his ordinary demeanor, known to have scoffed in private at the principles of liberty, when such a man is seen to mount the hobby horse of popularity, to join in the cry of danger to liberty, to take every opportunity of embarrassing the general government and bringing it under suspicion, to flatter and fall in with all the nonsense of the zealots of the day, it may justly be suspected that his object is to throw things into confusion, that he may ride the storm and direct the whirlwind. Sound familiar? It does to me, baby. That's all he's done is come in here and toss shit around, make confusion, bust up laws, bust up regulations, all that shit, get all the people mad, and then sit back and ride the whirlwind. That's a hell of a reading. Alexander Hamilton in 1792, August 8, 1792, Alexander Hamilton, one of our founding fathers, wrote that. And it could have been wrote for today, because that's who's in our house. While he whirlwinds around, throwing his shit, destroying our relations with our allies, and doing everything else to create hate and discontent in this country, he's riding that whirlwind, and he's taking advantage of everything he can. It is up to us to stop it, and we have to band together. We won't always have the same ideals, every one of us, but we're all wanting to push in the same direction, and that's equal justice under the law for all of us, equality under the law for all of us, a place in this country for all of us. And that's what we have to keep fighting for. That's about all I got. It's the holidays. Let's go enjoy the rest of it. I'm going to try to do exactly that here in a little bit. I'm going to undo one of these things and spark it up and see what happens. Anyway, y'all have a good one. Like, share, and subscribe. John Brideveau, a Blue Dot in Texas, on Facebook. On YouTube. John Brideveau on Facebook. Go by our fan page, John Brideveau Speaks, Blue Dot Family. Sign up. They're all in the middle of the Civil War over there. Joe's got everything, all the information you need in case you're wondering where it is, what you should wear, what is it a black tie, is it casual, all that kind of stuff. You can find out over there on JBS. They're going to tell you all about it. Joe will make sure you're informed. And on Twitter, at Blue Dot in Texas, out my truck window. We went to see Beto O'Rourke the other night. My son is trying to get the video all bundled up so we put it online, and we had a great time there, and we'll be discussing that later. At any rate, y'all have a good one, and get that beer and bud. Don't do it all today, baby. We got Friday coming up, so save a little bit of that beer and that bud for Friday, and we'll see y'all later. Bye.